Indie Music Live. I just nodded my head, and you weren't supposed to see that. Indie Music Live, this is episode 82. I'm JoeJoeKeys, sitting here with Mr. Fog Machine Werba.
Yeah.
Mr. Fog Machine, distracted in his own world, Werba.
Yeah. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm good, man. I've been a vegetarian for 2 weeks officially now, and I've lost like 3 pounds, and I have about 200% more energy.
Really? Okay. Wow. I could see a vegan podcast coming, and you're gonna be one of those like new age, long-haired dudes that wears a white muumuu with a golden belt, and he does live streams. That could become you in like 3 months.
I don't have a white muumuu, but I do have a muumuu. So whatever a muumuu is.
All right, man. Tell them about the sale we got going on, and then I'll update some crypto news.
Awesome. Cool. So this week we have actually all the way through July 31st, we have our best sale ever. You thought July 4th was our best sale ever, but this is actually our best sale ever. It's a 2-week long, 50% off everything in the store. And it's been being taken advantage of by a lot of people. So I'm getting way behind. I'm not way behind, but I'm getting slightly behind on orders. So thanks for your patience. Always get in touch with me if you have a question or whatever. Crypto.
We've never done this before, dude. That's like a 2-week sale. It's crazy.
I know. We've hit the weekends recently and kind of been experimenting with what works, but people really like the half off. So why not, right?
I wish you would have run it by me. We just lost like $5,000 in like overcharges, but that's all right. We're doing it for the artists.
Dunkin' Donuts is sponsoring this, I guess.
Yeah, quick update on Music Economy, which is good. It's our partner. We're still, building. It's early stage, but those who went to the website in the past like few weeks, those people are living large because we just cut off the early bird list. So we postponed this crowd sale until early August just because of the markets have been insane. The people following the crypto, it's just like went really low, and it lasted like 2 weeks, which like never happened. So, and August 1st, there's been this like build up for a long time that there's going to be like some, SegWit hard fork type of craziness going on. So we're going to just like observe through that period, and like it's probably going to be August 7th, but
as most people are going to be observing, like I pulled out, I don't know if anybody knows what we're talking about, but I want to say hi to some people after this, but I pulled out of Ethereum, and then all of a sudden it's like everything's back up where it was. It's like, what the? So who really knows what's going to happen? It's crypto, man. So let me say hi to some people before we listen to our first song tonight. Calamari, Mr. Ouch, he's got the outro song this month. Before I forget, too, we're going to be not here next week because Mr. Rob Hicks is on vacation, and we can't do the show without him. So we're going to take another week off, but then we're going to be back into it every week, just like we normally do, because we had 4th of July off, and now we're going to have a week off. So it's kind of weird. We're only doing like, 2 or 3 shows in July when I think we should do 5 or something. But anyway, so Gail, what's up? Nicole, what's up? Calamari. Craymo is in the house. Speaking of Craymo, you knew Craymo. You didn't know him personally, but you remembered this song from when you were with Music Forte, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention that like before we play this tune. So we're playing him first, huh?
Yeah. Don't you have your notes in front of you?
Yeah. How many times are you going to say that? That's like the 8th time today.
We keep asking stupid questions, so
you're like Bill Lumberg from like Office Space or something. You got this like, hey, where are those TPS reports? Yeah, check those show notes there, Dave. No, Craig Ramo. Like, I started Music Forte in 2003. I co-founded it, and I remember him coming on the site, being pretty active, and like I think like maybe 2005. I haven't listened to his stuff in probably like 8 years, man. And but it's cool to just kind of, it was like a blast from the past, and now his music is like a whole new level. It's just so much like cleaner and so much better produced.
Well, I remember when I had, before Indie Music Plus came about, I'm gonna make this short because we're running behind already, but when I made it was Joe Sarah Inc. And that was sort of how I started Indie Music Plus. It was a completely different name. And I remember he submitted his music, and we actually played him on the podcast then. And
Oh,
I think
really?
it was actually maybe one of the first 5 Indie Music Plus podcasts, and it was actually the song "Be Myself." So we're gonna go ahead and listen to Craymo, "Be Myself." He's in the chat, so why don't you guys say hello, share this video out as well. We got Negative Sky coming up next.
I don't wanna be what you want me to be. I just wanna be myself. I don't wanna love who you want me to love. I just wanna be myself. Hey, take a good look at me. Hey, take a good look at me. Now I see the way to be happy is just being me.
Indie Music Live, episode 82. That's Craymo with this song, "Be Myself." It's so damn catchy. The song's just so damn catchy. It's quite a few years old now, but it's still really, really catchy. Real quick before we talk about it, Michael Smitty Smith is in the house, Paul Major, Ross, Lazara, Mitch Laney, John Edwards. Calamari said, "I love the lyrics, man. Great work. I would like to hear this live." Dave, go.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a real knee slapper, Joe. You know, it is a hand clapper. It's like a retro type of pop vibe, but you know, when you hear it like mixed so clean like that, I mean, it becomes modern almost instantly like that. But yeah, man, I was checking out his website today. It's CRAYMO.com, Craymo.com. I mean, he's like what he's into, what he sings about, what he writes, which is like equality, anti-bullying, just like one love, you know, one voice. Dude, that's the cool stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like a really cool guy.
Yeah, and it's just I totally dig like what he's kind of dedicated his art to for quite a long time, man. And so I really respect, you know, his career. I know he's won some indie awards and stuff, and it's just cool to kind of touch back, man. It's been a long time. Yeah,
he's a long-term thinker, definitely, because he's been around for. I mean, when was Music Forte? Like 8
Well,
years?
I started in 2003, and I think I remember seeing him around there, like in the early years. But
he said in the comments he remembers. He said, "That's so funny. I remember."
Yeah.
So cool. Let's go ahead and bring in the featured artists tonight. These guys were supposed to be on a couple months ago, but something happened. We weren't able to get them on. But they're back, and we have them here. We're going to talk to George before we listen to their song. Actually, we're going to be watching their video. I mentioned last week we're going to be watching and playing a lot more videos. Change our terms of service, so if you submit a video, we're not going to use the music necessarily. We're going to use the video. So these guys have an amazing video for their song "The Dark Unknown." So George, how you doing this evening? You're going to kind of give the little intro speech for the band. Like I always ask people. First of all, I love your music. This is the style of music that I listen to like all the time. I am a piano teacher and I play piano. I love playing jazz and R&B and funk. But when I listen to music, it's thrash and R&B or thrash and metal and stuff like that. So,
Closet thrasher.
mostly thrash and death metal. But anyway, you guys are awesome. The video just made me just kind of want to go out and, with everybody. So if you're walking down the street and somebody asked you about your band, why don't you give us your your quick spiel and then introduce the song Dark Unknown, and then we're going to come back and get deeper with Dave.
Well, I don't know if we necessarily, have a spiel.
Sure.
But, I don't know. We're a heavy, just very, active band live. You know what I mean? We try to put on a good show, for everybody, obviously. So I don't know. I mean, I like to let people make their own judgments. You know what I mean? You listen to it, you see it, you judge it.
Cool. So tell us just a quick little nugget about Dark Unknown.
Let me say it was 150,000 degrees in a warehouse. Everybody came and killed it. We had no air conditioning. We had to go out and buy a bunch of fans and stuff like that and feed everybody. But, everybody had a great time, I think. Well, I don't know.
Awesome.
It was great.
Awesome.
Is that why Dan was losing his mind?
Yeah.
When he was singing, going nuts.
Cool. We're going to come back and talk more about that, Rob, whenever you're ready, man. This is Negative Sky, featured artist of the week, with their song, The Dark Unknown.
Through this wasteland I walk along the earth, over your scattered corpses, reborn, the divine of words I made upon your ashes. All that has burned
All right. To quote the late Robert Hicks, I'm going to quote the late Robert Hicks. It's like, holy fuck, that was awesome. I mean, I want to make sure I give him credit for that statement and everything. But all right, man. First question, like just the obvious to me that you probably won't expect. The less-haired Dan, the lead singer. Where do you get your energy, man? Like, like it's not a joke. Like, I'm serious. Where do you find your energy, like, to sing and just like, dude, you're letting everything out there, man. Where does it come from?
It all comes from within. I'm pent up. I'm like a fucking super volcano waiting to fucking go, and that's how I don't explode. It's the safest channel that I could go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bad stuff, and that's what keeps me cool, man.
Without getting arrested.
Yeah, without just like living in the life of Grand Theft Auto, where you're just like driving and just like knocking people off on the sidewalks.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, but do you like save that up for a show or something, or is that like your one outlet? Because dude, that's not easy to do, man. Because just like you said, people, is that like the result of frustration, or is that just like who you are, man?
That is a mixture of who I am: frustration, disappointment, disgust, aspirations, hopes, fears, my hatreds, my loves. It's everything, you know?
Yeah.
Because when I play, I don't know how to control it. I just do what I do and I let it go out. No one ever taught me. And I learned by listening to the things that I loved with Sabbath growing up, shit like I listened to this stuff. It spoke to me. So I learned how to figure that out, I guess, somehow after being a poet. And said, well, let's put it to music. And friends kept poking me and going, let's make a band. And before I know it, I'm screaming my fucking head off for quite some time now.
Well, dude, it's not just that, man. I'm not trying to, glorify you here or anything, but just like the way you move, the way you lay it out there, dude, that's not like you either got it or you don't. That's what I've kind of realized with like not just bands like you, but bands with everything. Sometimes people are just, they got something to say, but they're awkward on stage and they don't really know how to kind of show people how they feel when they sing. It's like you don't feel that when you're watching that video. It's just like this dude's laying it out and he's fucking cool. Like it works, and it just like works into the video and the band and the guys around you. It's like, I love it. I mean, and I'm not even that much into this music, but you have to respect what you just saw.
I always appreciate that the most. And I hear that often from people that they can respect the genre, or they can see the talent or whatever it is or what it is. But it might not be necessarily their thing. But the fact that they can approach me or anybody in the band and go, hey, man, I could real recognize is real at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something that's pure, you know that instinctively it's real, because you can tell the difference when someone's faking an emotion or faking an agenda or whatever their rhetoric, whatever their standpoint, whatever they're giving to you. If they don't have confidence within themselves, you're never going to believe the fucking thing they say. And the only way you can be confident is by being yourself. Be real.
Word, man. All right. So the man to your left is also named Dan. He's a guitarist in the band.
Yes.
Yeah, man, say a few words about like just this video, and just like we were talking before the show, you put this video in 1985 and I think people will be watching on MTV like, wow, this is cool. Nice production. And it would have cost $100,000, but today it's like $2,000. So who shot it and who came up with the concept for it? Was it kind of off the cuff or what?
Well, it was a buddy of ours, Tommy Monahan, did a really great job. He had the whole, the vision, I guess you could say. And the warehouse was just a perfect spot. It was the best possible place I think we could have filmed it. It like all the elements were there, including the ones that other people may not have thought were so great, like the heat that day. That was the hottest day of that summer.
It helped make
that there's no air conditioning everywhere. You block out all the windows, put up these real hot lighting rigs, and then we go through that song like 15 times, perform it as if we're performing it on stage with a bunch of our friends surrounding us and going crazy.
Lots
so
of beer.
Oh man, all right. So the video we saw, what take was that? Was that like take 15?
it's a Franken take, you
That's
know.
it is a Franken.
You know, that's how it works. You play through the song 15 times. You take the best from this one, the best from that one. You know, maybe he did
You
something.
piece it together, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The editing that Tommy did, like the whole kit and caboodle was just a piece of art itself on his end. So.
All right. So what do you guys got going on like the rest of the year, man? Like what are you guys touring? Are you looking to record again, or where are you at in your career?
It's a great question. Where are we?
Currently, we're writing. Obviously, we try to always continue the writing process, so that way we can keep our creativity flowing and write more songs, so that we get back in the studio. Getting back in the studio is definitely going to be, you know, a goal. But first, we have to drop this record that this song that you just heard is off of, and we're excited for that. That is to be announced at a later time. I can't tell you when it's coming out, but it will be coming out sooner than later. There are many people who will be like, yeah, dude, but I mean it is coming out sooner than later. But we're real proud of it, and we worked real hard on it, and it came out great, and we really can't wait for all you guys to hear the rest of it. That one song you guys heard, that's just the tip of the iceberg for the record.
Should people look out for you guys on the road? You got a touring schedule coming up, or what?
Well, we actually have a whole bunch of dates that are like scattered. Cleveland, I think we're playing. Where are we playing? We're playing Massachusetts. We got some local stuff in Jersey. We're hoping to get back to Baltimore area, DC, and
Connecticut.
Yeah, Rob Hicks will be there front row with a
his
fanny
tats
pack.
out.
No, it's tats out. He's gonna have a fanny pack with some Bud Lights in it. But no, it's where
Mick Ultra, come on, give him.
Michelob Ultra. Sorry,
He's not cool enough for Bud Light.
no. Before we let you guys go, where can people find you online? You got all your social media set up and everything, or?
Yeah, you can go to negativeskyband.com, and everything that we're connected to can be accessed from that. You can catch us on Facebook. You can find us on Reverb Nation. You can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Pandora, Amazon, Google Play, all that shit. We're on all sorts of stuff. We're not hard to find.
Cool.
But yeah, negativeskyband.com. That's the go-to.
All right, cool. Perfect. All right, guys. Pleasure having you on. We're going to move on to the next song. It was so awesome chatting with you, and I'm sure you're going to get a bunch of new fans after this show. But have a good night, guys.
Thank
Thank you, man. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so next tune we're going to play is actually Sick.Life, and the name of the song is Xtra. And I got to say, man, dude, I think that might be some pretty smart branding right there. What do you think, Joe? Sick.Life. That's the name of the band, is the website.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
know. Yep.
All right, let's play it.
You ain't special, little bitch. All about my paper, extra, read all about it. About. So many enemies, can't even count them. Talking behind my back, but whenever I'm around them. Handshake with a fake grin with feelings, grim zipper where their mouth is. Ain't nobody special in these streets, but end up dead or especially with this lethal leg. Couple of dudes running your room, that don't move to do where you lay your head up. My bitch so extra, like a pack of gum, man, I swear I hate her. But her brain is godly when she bounce her head like she do for praying. Tell these niggas I don't play around, I don't play pal, till I see the money in my PayPal. You bitches they want me, but now that I'm rapping, they want a nigga with a cape. Now I'm no super nigga, top that I'm no stupid nigga. Smash the bitch and sneak out the window, then hop right into that Uber nigga. I'm draped up and I'm dripped out. You niggas faking, you draped out. I fucked her once for some reason, she think we date now. Bitch, how? You better miss me with that.
Extra. Why you acting extra? I just wanna fuck, baby girl, don't wanna stress. Counting up this cash, I got extra. Sipping on that lean, I need extra. Extra. Why you acting extra? Extra. Know that I need extra. Extra. Why you acting extra? You ain't special, little bitch, you just extra.
Hold up. I'm scraping up the pot, I'm getting extras, I'm flexing. All these extra grams want me a necklace, it's hectic. I can't fuck that little bitch, she extra. All my niggas run around with 30s, we told extras, we stretched them. All you see is yellow tape and stretchers for nasty. I hit them with that re-rock, that's my special. my best. That big old 40 cal, I call it Westbrook, is dead. That Mac 11 chunky, when I bust that shit, get 'em. I'm out here pouring foes, no deuces. My niggas with the beef and no truce, and all this winning, we ain't losing. When I was taking trips out to cruises, y'all little niggas was doing music. That's your bitch, you gon' lose it. And I just fucked a model in the Buick. And if you talking cash, I speak it fluent. And a couple racks, let's get into it. And if you got the dough, you gotta prove it. I was present on the block, you niggas truant. Cut the block and then we shoot. With all these extra clips and shit.
Already happened.
Deeper with Dave.
All right, everybody.
Deeper
Now
with
it's
Dave. For Deeper with Dave. Oh,
Sponsored by.
so tonight's episode of Deeper with Dave is going to discuss the song we just played. How's that, Joe? How's that? I mean, every time we do it, there's always something wrong with Deeper
Rob,
with Dave.
I was sitting there going, boy, Rob, I wish you could hear me. I wish you could hear me.
Rob just took his shirt off again because he's discombobulated. So
That's
that's
all
what he
right.
does.
It's live TV. It's okay. Oh, that was fun.
Sick.Life. I wish Beezy was here, but it's like I don't know. It's like about a 14% chance he's going to show up when he says he's going to be here, but he backed out. But we're proud to have our people in the chat tonight. Hello to everybody. Michael Smitty Smith. That's all I see right now. But
Man, okay, let me go down. We got Jim Cream,
Yeah.
Oliver Moore, Jay Mashizzle, Rupert Cheek from England, Michael Smitty Smith still here, Thomas Ricci, Kay Buckingham, Sean Kaiser, bunch of people, Shane Kendall, Tony Wutchler, Kevin Shorman, Michael Perry from Your Majesty. And
Jimmy Flame is here.
And Jimmy Flame is here. We're going to be listening to him in a minute too. So Sick.Life, the review is on the website. So if you want to actually hear what he has to say about it, I was hoping he would be able to tell you in person tonight, but I don't know.
No, he was digging it. It's like something that he didn't say that I wanted to kind of accentuate, like not to get too negative. It's I wanted to talk to Beezy about this, is just the volume level of the vocals. Like we talk about so much, because that always stands out to me, dude. It's like I want to hear his take on whether he thinks that's okay for like the rap hip hop genre. If the vocals are low, does that ever work? Like, does it ever work if you can't hear like the words, because that's such a central piece of that style of music? And that's just my question. That's the question I'm left with. I mean, what do you think, dude?
I mean, I think that if it's rap, yeah, you got to be able to understand all the lyrics, you know, even if it's not your dialect necessarily, or your, like, you know, the way you talk. Yeah, that's what I was getting at, but I wasn't going to say it.
Werbonics, yeah.
Werbonics, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I like rap. It's not something that I dislike, but I'm very picky about the types that I listen to. Like, I think it was Dan that was saying, you know, real finds real at the end of the day, and I think that's right. It's just like, to me, it's like, you know, I like all genres of music and stuff, but when it comes to rap, they got to be talking about something important to me, or, you know, or they lose me right away.
Yeah, so I mean, this probably sounds mostly harsh, but it's not, because I dug the tune. I liked the song. It was good production. That was just my one thing. I didn't mean to lead out with that one piece, but I just thought the vocals were a touch quiet. And I mean, that if anything, I think in this style of music, they should be a touch loud.
Yeah.
If you're going to err on one side, I would err on the side of being a little too much out front to the music. So
yeah,
that's my opinion. So
all right, cool. So I wanted to just remind everybody, if you go to our website, indiemusicplus.com or indiemusicplus.equid.com, you can get any of our services for 50% off through the end of July. Just use the code TAKE50, and we will give you half of our money back from whatever. 50% off sale, Indie Music Plus. Let's go ahead and go to the next tune. Speaking of reviews that are on the website, this band, we played them quite a bit over the past year, and they are coming out with a new EP, And we're going to hear from one of them about it for just a second. He's going to intro the song by Freud's Couch called Dragonfly.
Hello, Indie Music Plus listeners. I'm Vinny from Freud's Couch. Our latest EP is titled Ego, and our brand new single from this EP is titled Dragonfly. Enjoy.
Do I look a little clammy because my air conditioner is off, so there's no buzz on the audio feed? And boy, is it getting hot in here. Freud's Couch, Dragonfly. That's the new song. This band, they were a band way back in the day in the 90s, and life happened, and then they took like an extended break, and now they're back. So we've been playing their music because they've been really active on our network and on our site and stuff. So quick hello to people. Juan, how you doing, from Puerto Rico? We're going to be playing some of his band's music here in the next couple of weeks. Fletch Tal, K-Soul, Karen P, Michael Baker. George Pond commented that they're going to be, that Negative Sky is going to be in Cleveland on October 14th. That'd be awesome. I'm hoping to try to make it down for that. So what do you think of the Dragonfly?
Man, I'm feeling like I'm starting to feel like our whole show from the beginning, Joe, is almost like a documentary of there's like a handful of bands. They're one of like, I don't know, 5-10 bands that we've kind of documented like their progression over like a 2-year span, you know?
Yeah.
Because we started featuring them right when they came out of retirement, and their first couple songs were, I think they were just kind of trying to figure out what they wanted to do, if they wanted to keep playing. And then their social support was so big. And it's like, man, we're just going to keep doing this.
I think that's partly. I'm sorry. I think that's partly what it was. Is they had friends that wanted them to get back together and record some songs that they had back in the day, and then all of a sudden it just worked out so well that here they are doing it again. So
yeah. So, but what's different in this song is I actually like feel that story, because I still hear Ozzy, I still hear Led Zeppelin in there, but it's more of a modern feel. That's just like in terms of technology, like using tech to have like a modern take on, the reflection of those bands. And I'm hoping next time he does like a intro video, I'm hoping he can get closer to the camera this time, because I want to see his nostril hairs next time.
Yeah.
So
cool. So let's go ahead and we're going to wrap this show up with one more tune. So this is Jimmy Flame. I just like that name.
Yeah,
Sounds
what
really
a name.
I'm not into dudes, but he sounds really hot. Jimmy Flame with his song Straight Line.
Working in the daytime, I'm working on my lifeline, drinking all the cheap wine, spending all my money 'cause it's mine, oh my heart is walking on a straight line, feeling like a hypocrite, acting like an idiot, and knowing that you're full of it. Had a little hissy fit and now you're hanging around. My heart is walking on a straight line. My heart is walking on a straight line. Tonight I'm walking on a straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Working in the daytime, I'm working on my lifeline. I'm drinking all the cheap wine, spending all my money 'cause it's mine, oh my heart is walking on a straight line, feeling like a hypocrite, I'm acting like an idiot, and knowing that you're full of it. Had a little hissy fit and now
Indie Music Live 82. That's the last song of the evening. That's Hot Jimmy Flame with Straight Line. And Juan kind of took the words right out of my mouth. ZZ Top. It just sounds like it's really highly influenced by that. I mean, I grew up with ZZ Top, so that's definitely not a bad thing.
Jimmy Flame. How can you not like Jimmy Flame, man?
I know.
I feel like a grassroots suburban movement, blues rock, is just going to spread. Like, if he sticks with this, man, dude, that's cool, man. That's fun. That, like, those lyrics, it's funny. I was laughing. I was actually cracking up when I was listening to this music. And I mean, I don't know. He looks maybe kind of young. I think he could probably do this a solid 20 years. I think he have a good run here, man. Like, I hope he sticks with this stuff. It almost sounds, like ZZ Top, almost like, I was thinking if Sam Kinison started a rock band.
There you go. That's awesome.
What it would sound like. I mean, he's got kind of that, like, almost like a strained, like, raspy, like, voice, over rock, and just like, talking about the heartland, and just like, man, I don't know. It was fun. This dude's fun, and he's probably fun in person. That's just a wild guess, but I'm probably right.
Yeah, so everybody, Jimmy Flame was in the chat. So if you want to let him know just say hello to him. We also had the other artist, Craymo, in the house. Negative Sky was here tonight. It's been a great show.
Good times tonight, man.
So Timothy Page just walked in. Hello, sir. So we'll just do a little recap. So we're not here next week. All right. So don't come here next week. You can come here, but we're not going to be here. So the next show is going to be a week from next week. David Krakow from Automatic Eden just walked in as well. And I'm thinking that we're going to have a little quick production meeting here after the show, but I'm thinking we're going to move the time. We got to move the time back a half an hour. I think that's going to work out better for us. We mentioned a little bit. We talked about it briefly, but I think it's going to work out more for the audience. So anyway, don't quote me on it. Yeah. You guys think that we should be at 9:30 or 10 Eastern time? I think it should be 10 because a lot of people don't start rolling in until around 10. So go ahead and put it in the chat. Thanks, Rob. Another last thing too is we have 50% off any service in our store for the rest of the month. Jimmy Flame, you can drop links. Anybody can drop links in the chat as long as it's not over and over and over and over and over again. But 50% off anything in our store for the rest of the month. We are off next week, And Rob, I just want to make sure you have the Calamari outro song ready. I didn't put it in the notes, so I wanted to make sure because he's doing it. He was our outro song for the whole rest of the month. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us every week on Tuesday nights here on Indie Music Live. We'll see you next week. Have a good couple of weeks.
Feel the love.
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
It's just habit.
Feel the love, be the ball. That's my final statement. Chevy Chase.
That's all you need.